This is the Fibonacci retracement tool. Yeah, you probably have heard of it. And unfortunately, most traders use the Fibonacci tool completely wrong. I'm gonna show you how to use it correctly and give you an amazing strategy. Using this strategy will give you sniper entries with tight stop losses and huge take profit. Then for the cherry on top, I'll give you a secret hack that will completely change the way you trade with the Fibonacci forever. So basically, after this video, you'll be a Fibonacci pro. Let's get straight to it to start us off. But before that, listen traders, before you make any big mistake, like paying for that expensive course, try reading this book first. This is basically what you are going to be taught by your mentor. In fact, not even everything. If you are a beginner and you have learnt only basics, don't dare funding your Forex account because you will not like the results. This book will introduce you to another side of Forex trading because you cannot like forever buy at support and sell at resistance. This book comprises of everything you need to know about smart money concepts and price action, and everything is explained simply. Grab your copy at $10 only and it will save you from a lot rather than paying for those so-called Forex mentorship. You can make payments via PayPal, Binance USDT, M-Pesa and Send Wave. Look for payment details on the description of this video. Send your receipt and you will get your copy. First come first serve. We have to go over how the market moved. To put it extremely simple, the market will make moves like this, a move with a big trend upwards, a retracement, and then the process continue making this point a beautiful entry. And that's exactly our goal with the Fibonacci retracement tool, is to predict the end of this pullback point as accurate as possible. So we can enter here and benefit from the move upwards with this little risk as possible, which is exactly what the strategy does. Now, there's a lot of controversy on what Fibonacci levels are the best. Trader after trader will sit there and fight on what they think the best levels are. You get my point. Lots of traders use different levels. But for my testing and this specific strategy, these levels work the best. Now it's time to go over the best setting. I'll be using Tradingview as my charting platform. First, put your Fibonacci tool on your chart and then go to the setting. Here are the levels we'll be using: 0, 0, 0.3820, 0.50, 0.618 and 1, giving you something that looks like this. These three levels are the most important in what I call the golden zone. The golden zone is where price is most likely to pull back and reverse. Now, one of the biggest mistakes traders have when using the Fibonacci tool is not knowing where to have the starting point and the ending point of the Fibonacci. And this can cause a lot of problems, because if you use the wrong starting point in the wrong ending points, you'll get some bad losing trades. For example, this chart, a lot of traders would get confused. Do you put it here? Do you put it here? Where do you put it? Here's the quick and simple way to know exactly where to put the Fibonacci, so you get the perfect starting and ending point every time. First, go to the Indicators tab and type in fractals. Click this one right here. Your chart will look something like this. This indicator will show us high probability reversal points. But as you can see, there are a lot of fractals going on base every single possible reversal. We want to lower the sensitivity of this indicator, so we only see the major reversal. To do that, go to the settings of the indicator and change the periods to 10. Now we filtered out only the strong swing points. But as you can see, the indicator is still giving us some irrelevant swing points. So sometimes you're gonna have to do your own due diligence and only look for the strong move. So for example, you wouldn't use these two fractals here because they're very close together. And it's a very weak trend. It is very important. We only use Fibonacci on strong trends. If you use it on weak trends, it won't work as much. Once you find a strong trend like this, grab your Fibonacci tool and mark it from the red fractal to the green fractal. As you can see, price came to the golden zone. We enter and price hits or take profit with just this alone will work. Alright. But we're going to add some confluences with this to make it look amazing. Influences are the key to success with this strategy. What I found works really well is pairing this with support and resistances, specifically retests. Here's what I mean. So here we found a very strong trend. We see our two fractals, we get our Fibonacci tool and mark the high and the low. But if we take a little closer look, something interesting is happening. We have a strong resistance level right here and price broke right through it. Meaning it can now be used as a support, or in other words, a retest level. If you look even closer, the retest level is exactly where the golden zone is, adding even more confluence to the strategy. But wait, there's more. We can add even more confluence to do this. Go to your Indicators tab and type in EMA. Go to the settings of the indicator and change the length to 200. A 200 EMA on a larger time frame is gonna act as a very strong support and resistance. For example, in this uptrend, you can see price use this EMA as a support and bounced off it many times. Then in this downtrend, you can see price use the EMA as a resistance and again bounced off it many times. You see where I'm going with this? So we do the same thing. Find our fractals, draw a Fibonacci tool, look for price to retrace to the EMA, and it just so happens to also be in the golden zone confluence. But wait, there's more to top it all off. We're gonna be adding another confluence to make the strategy work. Absolutely beautiful. We will be using the anchored vwap. If you don't know what the anchored vwap is, it's basically just a normal vwap. But we specifically choose where it begins. So for example, you would use it like this, go to the left toolbar and select the anchored vwap. You're gonna have it start exactly at the beginning point of the strong trend, or where the red fractal is. This will put the anchored vwap on your chart. Go to the settings of the anchored vwap and uncheck all of these boxes. Besides the vwap, as that's all we care about for the strategy. The vwap works very similar to the EMA, as price likes to bounce off this line and can be used as support and resistance. So if you did the math, we now have 3 strong confluences with this strategy, making our trades have an extremely high probability of winning, and we have the best chance at finding the exact retracement point like we were talking about in the beginning of the video. This is how you would do it. First things first, I like to use this strategy on the higher time frames like the 1 hour or 4 hours. For this example, we'll be using the 4 hour, we see a big move upwards. Remember, if we're going to be using the Fibonacci, the move has to be a strong trend. We then draw a Fibonacci retracement tool with the help of our fractals. We now see where our golden zone is located. If we look a little bit closer, you can also see price broke through this resistance right here. And we can now use it as a support and retest off of it. It's also located exactly in the golden zone. We then add our 200 EMA to the chart and see it also is directly in the golden zone. Then finally, we add our anchor vwap by starting it exactly at the bottom of this big move or at the red fractal. And as you can see, it is also exactly in the golden zone. So now we have 4 confluences: the golden zone, the retest, the EMA, and the vwap, which means price has an extremely high probability of bouncing exactly at this point. I like setting my take profit at the high of the move and setting my stop loss right below the golden zone. And just like that, price bounces perfectly at the golden zone and hits our take profit just like we planned. And that's how we use the Fibonacci to find profitable trade. Next, I'm gonna talk about how you compare this with supply and demand, as I found that works extremely well with. I'll see you guys in my next video.